Alrighty then, back once again for another reaction. This time is Once Upon a Time, Season 3, Episode 16. Coming off the back of the previous episode, which, as I said, wow, one of my top episodes of the show. Like, that was just excellent. Big RIP to Neil. As I said, if we were going to write him off, this was a very acceptable way. I do feel like that. I do think bringing things full circle with sacrificing himself just like his father did. And, oh my goodness. That just works. That works for me. I don't know how it works for others, but it works for me. But, wow. Yeah, so there was no way in heck that I was gonna just be ending after watching just that one episode. I definitely have time to watch another, so that's what I'm gonna do. Obviously, I don't have titles, so I never really know what to predict when I'm going into an episode for the first time. But Emma has now had a fire lit under her because, much like Regina, she is now going to be laser focused on taking out Zelina because, oh boy. Now Regina is just like, hey, I have something to focus on and live for now. But Emma might be setting herself up for some like confliction, some darkness. A bit like how Mary Margaret like took on some darkness when she like literally caused Cora's death. I'm wondering if Emma is in for a sort of arc like that, in that she might get a bit obsessed with getting revenge for Neil. Like, yes, it's good that she's got extra motivation to vanquish this threat, but she needs to be careful that she doesn't take it in too dark of a direction for the good of herself. Like, so I think we might be in for an interesting conflict depending on how far she takes her newfound grudge with Zelina. Maybe Regina can help her deal with that or something, I don't know. But yeah, I'm very curious as to where we go from here, because Zelina is a big threat right now, because not only is she very manipulative and strong in her own right, but she now has direct control over Rumple now that Neil's gone. So he is fully himself again and fully controlled again. So that's not good, because now essentially Rumple is their enemy until they can free him from control, if they can. And yeah, there's the whole thing with Henry, and how much is he going to be allowed to remember by the end of all this? Because I do think he deserves to know and remember everything about what's happened, because, as I said, in Season 1, he was the one that sought out Emma and brought her to Storybrooke to fix the curse and convince everybody of who they really were and everything. Like, sure, it fits in with the theme of sacrifice if he has to give up his memories, but I don't want him to, and that's the issue. Like Neil's sacrifice, it's like, yeah, okay, I understand why this must be. I can accept that this is how it has to be. With Henry, I can understand why this might be how it has to be, but I don't accept that I don't accept these circumstances. I do want Henry to eventually remember. So anyway, yeah, more Once Upon a Time. More epicness ahead. Can't wait. Let's go. Well then. Okay. Wow. Okay, this was essentially Magic Duel episode. Oh boy. Regina with the big brain play of leaving her heart out. That was really good. I really enjoyed that. And how she got her another... Oh, excuse me. Oh, what is wrong with me? Another moment with Robin Hood. And... But as I said, I think in Regina's situation, I think the smartest move that you could do, something that Zelina would never expect, she's already tried to reach in and the heart wasn't there. Now, if you keep up the, you know, my heart, I'm hiding it and stuff like that, I don't know, you know? Sorry, I'm losing my thoughts a bit. Some warning about low storage came up, and I'm like, what? Am I going to lose my file? Is everything okay? And that sort of took me out of my thoughts. No, but you know, if the whole thing is that she wants your heart, and she already tried to reach inside you and it's not there, surely logic dictates that it would be the smartest play to then actually put your heart back inside you, because she's not going to try that again, because it didn't work, you know? But anyway, Hook, really sweet, doing what he tried to do for Henry and Emma, like trying to advise her, look, don't fall down a dark path. It's not something that's going to be worth it. I chased after the crocodile for so long, wasn't really worth it. Like, you don't really want to make the same mistakes by chasing after Zelina. You know, Hook completely understands Emma right now, and that's why he knows to tell her it's a bad idea. But what he was trying to do for Henry, I thought that was really sweet. He tried his best, and all I can do is respect him for it, you know. But, oh my goodness, again, to see the origin of how Zelina came to be green, that was fascinating. How she grew so envious to the point of toxicity over Regina's life and stuff like that. Like, seeing classic Rumpelstiltskin, where he's like, oh, that was a test, that you failed. Seeing him and his mannerisms as they used to be was great. Seeing a return of that in this episode, but oh my goodness. Like, as I said, this flashback, this whole origin story, it gave me newfound sympathy for Zelina beyond the tidbit that she told Regina when we initially found out about the sister connection. Like, so far, she's been pretty justified in where the feelings are coming from. But over the course of the flashback, she let the toxicity take hold. And, yeah, it's made her just go full, I'm angry, everyone has to suffer, Regina has to suffer. Like, it's like, like, you know, it's like, well, what point do you consider someone too far gone? Because how many people with a motive of revenge that have gone to wicked lengths, Regina being example number one, all of the bad things Rumpel's done as the Dark One, you know, there's people who have done shit things, but because they felt justified in doing so, and I don't know, they've been given a route back to sort of feeling normal again, or at least channeling their feelings in a constructive way and that kind of thing. I'm just wondering, is there a route back for Zelina? That's what I'm wondering. Like, or is she too far gone in the sense of needing to be put down? A bit like how Azula was described in Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's like she was a violent, psycho, always jealous over like her brother and everything, and like she always had that superiority complex, and like you know, it was basically like Zuko posed the question of like when Iroh was talking about something or other, and like understanding and to do with bringing people around to your cause and stuff like that, and Zuko was like, so you're saying I should try to get through to Azula or something like that. It was like, oh no, she is a rabid dog and needs to be put down. Like, I wonder, has Zelena reached that stage? Is that what we're meant to assume? Like, I'm going to assume. Because there's a part of me that thinks this is going to end just like the Wizard of Oz, with some kind of bucket of water type situation where Zelena just melts into nothing and she dies. So that's why I'm starting to get question marks over these redeemable qualities that I'm seeing. Like, if you had a better outlet for these feelings of anger that were initially very justified, like, it's like this is just a case of envy gone completely off the rails. And when characters do go off the rails, like Regina, it's been shown that there can be a way back. And now she is part of this insane family tree. Like, she only even turned out this way because Korra abandoned her. So really, this is all Korra's fault. But, I don't know, I'm trying to think of ways that this can all work out, but obviously it doesn't always have to work out that way. I'm just like trying to critically think, and sometimes that can be a detriment. Sometimes it causes you to look Gift's horse in the mouth and overthink things that you shouldn't need to overthink, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, seeing everything come together with the whole Wizard of Oz thing has been really cool. You know, getting the stuff to do with the brain, as in Rumpel, courage from David, and obviously Regina's heart. That's the one that I knew was coming from the start. Like, you know, all of the things that the original companions in the Wizard of Oz wanted. Like, it's all come to relevance. And I thought, well, we've already seen heart-grabbing magic. I'm very sure she wants Regina's heart. And that's exactly what it is. But kudos to Regina for that smart tactic. And something that I didn't mention in the episode, but I caught it, is that, so I guess that since Zelena has the slippers, she started out as a Dorothy because she went to see the wizard, but then she became the Wicked Witch. So it's like a 2-for-1 where she is both Dorothy and the Wicked Witch, but one came before the other. So that's one of those interesting once upon a time twists where they change something about the fairy tale, so it's like not a carbon copy, if that makes sense. Like, it's like how Captain Hook's story, the crocodile, was a whole ass person in the form of Rumpelstiltskin. It's that kind of logic. It's like the fairy tale, but not quite. Like how the Beauty and the Beast tale, everything is sort of like the original, except instead of a beast man, again, it's Rumpelstiltskin. He has his toe in all of these. Even in Selena's story, he has a toe in everyone's story. I find that great. And as I said, everything is getting super interesting. I like how we saw the origin of the idea for her trained monkeys, people that will follow orders, creatures that will follow orders, that kind of thing. And we saw that the one that posed as Emma's fiance would have been fiance if she said yes. Emma's boyfriend, like, he was the one posing as the Wizard of Oz. Wow. Wow. Well, yeah. I think that's going to do for today. Yeah, I think I covered everything I wanted to cover about this episode. Rumpel being used as a very effective threat, but essentially being used as like a pit bull on a leash. Like, I'm gonna let him off. You're all gonna die unless my opponent gets here. Like, that was pretty anime. That was pretty funny. But yeah, excellent Zelena backstory. I enjoyed learning about how she literally turned green with envy. Definitely makes me curious as to where a character's going to go from here and how we're going to resolve all this. Definitely want to know what her next play is now that this initial attempt to get Regina's heart failed, thanks to that brilliant plan. but it's going to have to wait until next time. So I shall see you guys next time.